What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at end of an era Chiellini. He has had a phenomenal career. He has been at his top of his game for a very, very long time, and we've got a 96 to celebrate. You're tired of coming up against teams that want to rip your hair out every single day. Make sure you check u7buy.com for the most reliable and cheapest coins on the market. And at checkout, make sure you hit that JT11 for 5% off your order, and hopefully you have a good day. So going into him then, we have had a captain's version of him. I think, to be honest, this one is very, very cheap for, to be honest, quite a nice centre-back. 91 pace, 98 defending. I feel like he's going to make a lot of people's teams. He has come in now with two SBCs of an 83 and an 84. Both needed an inform and a team of the week. No, an inform or a team of the season, but both SBCs need it. You definitely want to look at that 81 plus team of the week SBC rather than going out and buy one if you don't have one already in your club. If we do look at him then, so he's got a 92 captains. This one has overtaken that one by a decent amount, to be honest. You've actually got a big upgrade from him, a +4 on the overall, 6'2 with a medium-high work rates, and in terms of chemistry style, I think a lot of people are just going to go straight with that engine. So, left-footed, we've then got long throw-ins, power header, and team player. You've also then, as you can see, great acceleration, sprint speed, dribbling wise, reactions and composure is up there. The defending is practically maxed out, so you don't need anything there. If you do whack the engine, you'll get 96 pace, 87 passing, and 92 dribbling. This is a very, very elite centre-back. Yes, there is different kind of ways to get him in. Personally, what I'm going to do, if I show you my team and how we're going to fit him into this, basically the best thing you want to be doing is going. Personally, I'm going to struggle because I do like Marquinhos, but I do very, very much like my Red Virgil. So what I'm going to personally try and do for this video is if we swap these two round, we still get the links there. Zidane is going to stay there. Cancelo will come off for the moment, and then we'll whack Chiellini, and we've also got ourselves a red Theo, but I thought he was Juventus. I don't know why I thought he was Juventus, but if we go there, we might be able to make a keeper movement here, but 96 by any means. If you've got Maldini, then you're absolutely laughing. I want to put him on 10 chem just to start with, so we're going to move this guy around. What keeper? Do we have Mignan? We do. We have red. Beautiful. So that actually works quite well. We could, for this review, personally, I'm going to put Marquinhos over there just purely for the fact that you get a little bit more of the link there. No, you don't. Oh, okay. Ignore me. Absolutely ignore me. What we're going to do is we're going to try and put Maldini there. Just for the links there. We'll get him in. We've got a loan for a game, or we do have his prime that we can just stick in there just so we know we've got 10. We are going to put the engine on him, as you'll be able to see in a second, and we'll show you what the 10 chem style looks like. And I think this SBC is an absolute must. I think, or I believe, the last time I heard, he was going over to the MLS. So we will see him in FIFA still, but I can imagine he will be at such a different rate of rating that it will be crazy. But the main thing with the engine is you get that agility balance up absolutely tenfold, and everything else is already really, really nice. So a very good card, a very good way to honour big boy Chiellini. Let's jump into some gameplay. See what this man can do for us. I think when you've got the nice pair, and especially the Italian dreams, the Chiellini and Maldini, I think personally you probably could get Chiellini as an icon maybe when he fully retires. I would say personally, I don't know fully the ins and outs of Bonucci's career, but I think if I was wanting both, I would say definitely Bonucci as the hero if he couldn't quite get an icon, and Chiellini strikes me as the player that would more than likely get that icon in the next few FIFAs, I'd say. This version with so much composure, it's unreal. And the defending on him, 98 defending, is absolutely crazy. So that's going to be absolutely nuts to see in this sort of card. And again, we've got so many centre-backs to choose from that it's kind of nuts that really you're kind of arguing whether you'd actually want Chiellini in your team. I think most definitely compared to some look, some people don't have the look or haven't done, say, Varane if they're still rocking him. You've got a lot of different options that you can get for quite cheap, and Chiellini is definitely coming in as one of them cheaper options, most definitely. And also alongside all of the specials that you can go with, obviously you've got your Tonales, you've also got your Spinazzolas. You've got so many decent Italian players now as well. Even if you just needed that strong link rather than necessarily like your Fios with the weak link, you can definitely make in a very, very top end sort of special card team now. Chiellini watching Berardi there. The only thing I think with Chiellini is definitely, that's a ball, nearly getting there. The problem I've always found with some centre-backs is even with the most maxed out stats, they sometimes still feel that little bit bulky, where you've got like the John Terrors of the game, the Vidiches. They are wonderful actual defenders, but in terms of the pace side of stuff, they're not quite at that level, and sometimes even if you get a 98, 99, you tend to find that the bulk is quite still there, and I don't think that's there just yet with Chiellini. We've only really had a couple of runs through, but it would be interesting to see if he does have that bulk. This is where I'm really interested. Oh, is that him? Oh, that's Carlos Alberto. Why? Okay, I'll take it. Why on earth is Chiellini not there? Power header, 99 heading. You've got to definitely have a Chiellini there, 100%. It's the only thing I really do wish you had the customization for. You have like the crosses and everything, but we don't have that ability to move players like we did, I think, a few FIFAs ago now. I want to say it was 19, but could be totally wrong. But when you had that ability to almost make your runs, I know you could make an absolute ridiculous one that gets a goal every time, but that's the kind of the beauty of it. Sometimes you make it, and I'd like to have a specific person on the front foot. Good interception from Chiellini, stands his ground. Chiellini watching Berardi. He's going to go for that run there, but Fio's going to work him out. It's a nice little partnership there. You got Fio and Chiellini both left-footed, Maldini on the right foot on the other side, and then you could go for, if you wanted to stick Serie A, you could go with Team of the Season Cuadrado as well. So you've got a very, very nice link up there if you really wanted to. Good tackle. Sees it away. It's exactly what you want. His defending is going to be top tier. He's going to be able to win a hell of a lot, and the strength element, that is where I think he'll really come up on the positives. Good acceleration on him. Definitely feels a lot quicker than other cards. I've heard from numerous people the captain's card was absolutely fantastic, so it's nice to have like an even bigger boost on him. We knew that this was going to happen eventually once his career kind of faded away from Juventus, that he was bound to get a card. He's been an absolute legend of the game. Very, very long career at terms of Juventus as well, which is always nice to see. We try and get it through again, but going to go back on that counter, and it's just constant watching the play. Him and Maldini are doing absolute wonderful stuff. Being them partnership, just quelling everything. This guy physically cannot get through that brick Italian wall. Literally, if you get through one, the other one is absolutely there, ready to take your knees. Beautiful stuff from them both. And again, a good interception and a good follow-up tackle. Chiellini watching the run. Watching Insigne, he's going to watch back there, and Fio is there as well. This is the importance of having such a good variety of players in that back line. You've got obviously Chiellini, Maldini coming in with some very, very good pace of their own, but then having the likes of Fio and Carlos Alberto on the fullback positions, you can't really lose a race half the time, which is always fantastic, and that is a sweat and a half. Lovely. I've noticed passing-wise, again, no real stray passes from him, which is, again, just a benefit of having such a high-rated all-round centre-back. You don't tend to lose too much of the ball, and the dribbling-wise stuff is, oh my, Carlos Alberto, double sheet, you'll love to see it. But the passing is looking absolutely exquisite from him. 100,000 coins this guy is. Absolutely nuts. So we're going into the overall then. So in terms of centre-backs, that's where we really need to start. We'll then kind of like divvy it down a little bit into Serie A to see where he is. In terms of rating-wise, he is the joint second highest rated centre-back on the game. You've got, obviously, Diaz at 97 in his Team of the Year variety. You then have two 96s in Virgil and Chiellini. Marquinhos, Maldini, another Diaz. Militao, Marquinhos, again, obviously two Team of the Year and Team of the Season. Koulibaly as the 95. So we already can see the top end. If we're going looking at price, Maldini for me has always been a fan favourite. I think in terms of the value you get from him, he is worth every penny. And he's an SBC, which makes it even better. Varane is coming in high priced, but that would definitely be a lot less now at this point in the game. But it was about a mil or just over in terms of an SBC once that came out. Same with Gomez. He wouldn't necessarily be that now, but again, his SBC was in the during Team of the Season when everything was expensive. Ramos, another great one. You've got Cordoba, who's coming in quite priced, but again, that was more supply rather than necessarily the massive demand. You've got the Rios, the Desais, who are coming in as icons. Marquinhos and Eder Militao coming in quite cheap for a 95 rated centre-back. And you've got, again, massive pace, massive defending, physicality. But the big thing that, for me, that they have over Chiellini is more body type and how they actually move. A little bit quicker, less on that kind of bulky side, whereas Chiellini is, like I said, one of the old school centre-backs. You're looking at your Rio's a little bit newer, actually. You're looking at your Desais, your John Terry's, your Vidiches. The stockier, not necessarily as quick, but will absolutely go through somebody and get that tackle. Whereas now we're looking at your Virgils, your Gomez's, your Ramos, kind of right back Ramos as a centre-back. Quick, agile, got the physique for it, and absolutely runs and just no problem whatsoever. But in terms of the Chiellini price, as you can see, for a 96, we're coming all the way down past 30 other centre-backs for the value of him. Obviously, we've got Virgil here, I think is absolutely top end. Like, you can't argue one bit for the value, but at 100k, we are just at the bottom of the second page. That is, where is he? It was 109. I don't know if it's updated here, but he would be around about here, which is absolutely nuts in terms of price. You don't really get that price anywhere else. He's coming in, he's coming in at 0 at the minute on this. But yeah, 105. It's cheaper than 55 of the centre-backs, and he is the second joint highest. Again, doesn't necessarily mean he's the best, because rating doesn't necessarily mean that. We've seen a hell of a lot of players playing with a 90, a 92, an 89, a 95, where they're not the top in that sort of position, but they can still do an absolutely incredible job. Engine is, I would personally say, as the votes are saying, is the definite way to go for him. As you can see, it just tidies up everything. The main thing for me is that agility balance, a little bit more on that pace side, because there is just no point whacking an anchor or anything like that, because as you can see, we can get a +1 and not even a plus on that. It's fantastic for the overall, but it doesn't necessarily get anything. So for me, the engine is going to be the one to go. Get that passing pretty much up to max. The dribbling is almost there. And then the pace, again, 97, 96, you cannot argue with. In terms of kind of him himself, great acceleration. Does feel slightly a little bit longer to kind of get him to move, but once he's going, he's absolutely fine. So I would use him more as a kind of sweeper centre-back rather than necessarily the one that does absolutely all the running. But it all depends on who your partner is. In terms of Serie A centre-backs, I think really he has no arguments. I've not personally tried Kalulu out yet, or Kalulu, but I know that he looks relatively decent. Again, the stats don't lie there. Koulibaly, we've got him, and he is absolutely phenomenal. So it would be an argument between the top three. Cordoba is normally a pretty good centre-back for the time that it's come out. Skriniar has been okay. And then obviously Smalling at 92. Again, not a bad little centre-back. But for me, I think it would be the argument with these three personally. And especially because you can get all three of them with obviously Chiellini's SBC. These two are tradable or transferable cards, so you can go pick them up whenever you want. But for me, Chiellini definitely comes in as a must-do centre-back. 105k is so cheap, it's unreal. I really didn't think it would be an 83 and an 84. I definitely thought I saw an 85 or 86 in there at the very minimum. So I think that is absolutely fine. The only thing is the informs are coming in at about 26k a piece. And I think team of the seasons are still coming in over that 30k mark. So you're going to have to either absolutely rinse your club to get them, or do the 81 plus times 2. The 81 plus team of the week twice. You've got yourself your informs. And to be honest, you've got a good rating for them. 84 and 83 is absolutely easy. You've got until the 19th of July. Yeah, 19th of July. So you've got a whole month to get him done. That should be absolutely piece of cake. And if you don't have the fodder right now, more than likely we'll end up with upgrades tomorrow, in fact. So we can get him done then with all of the fodder. And that's definitely something I'm going to be doing with Carrasco's Shapeshifter as well. But hopefully you did enjoy the video. I think he's a 10 out of 10 centre-back. There's not too much wrong with him. Maybe the weak foot could have been upgraded just to kind of see his end of era off. I'm not too fussed about the skill moves, but the weak foot definitely could have been a 4 or 5, and it would have been absolutely fire to see. But everything else looks absolutely incredible from him. So let me know down below if you're going to be completing him. If you don't want to complete him, let me know why. I'm interested. But hopefully you did enjoy. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you all for the mini release. Peace.